Where you stay can make or break a trip when you're traveling. We tried out some of the best hotels in the cute beach town of Sayulita, Mexico, and in this video, we're going to share them with you. Even if you're not planning a visit to Sayulita, I hope these places will inspire you. I'll link all the hotels in the description box, as well as an Airbnb discount code. We've done a whole series on Sayulita, so make sure to check out those videos for more on what to do, where and what to eat, and the best shopping. For all that though, you need a place to stay. So let's get to the hotels. The first thing I noticed when we approached Villa Amor is how it hugs the hill that sits at one end of the main beach. The location is amazing, but I had no idea what we'd find when we actually checked into our room. There are a lot of things that I love about this hotel, and I don't even know where to start, but I think our reaction when we first walked into this room and saw the outstanding, makes me speechless, can't believe it view kind of sums it up. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. I was so fixated on the incredible view that it took me a second to see how cool the rest of the room is too. Obviously here it's all about this incredible view that's part of everything whenever you're inside. There's so much to love inside the room though as well. Beginning with, hello, there's a palapa in our room. I have never had a hotel room with my own palapa before, and it's over top of the kitchen. It's really nice to have a kitchen, but sometimes they don't give you everything that you need. This hotel does. So not only is there, your standard fridge and your sink, but they also give you a coffee maker. Not only is there a coffee maker, but I love that they include the filters and the coffee as well as cream and sugar so that you don't have to worry about getting any of that stuff. It's already here, so you just wake up in the morning with your jams on like we have and just enjoy your morning coffee right away. I love how the whole room is focused on the beach view, and you can see it from literally everywhere. The kitchen, the bathroom, even while taking a shower. Washing my face, looking at the beach. And waking up to a view of the beach makes for a very good start to the day. I just woke up and this is the view from my bed, which is not the view I normally see when I wake up. Wow. Another cool thing is that all the windows open up if you want to feel the sea breeze. Did I mention there's a view? You could easily just sit and enjoy the room, but the rest of the grounds are lovely as well. I think what I find most magical about walking around the exterior of this hotel is just how it almost feels like a little wonderland with different paths, and you don't really know where one path is going to lead. So instead of just arriving and seeing everything all at once in one view, you really get to take your time exploring, and then it opens up onto something new. So this pool I didn't know was here until we kind of walked up a little hill, and then there are little pathways going each and every way. There's a beautiful palapa here. This pool has a smaller pool the next level down with a little waterfall that makes this beautiful sound, and it just feels like there's always something more to discover, so walking around feels really rewarding. There's also a restaurant right by the water, including a little secluded spot if you want some romance or just some more privacy. This hotel has its own private beach. There is no one else here right now. It feels like my own private beach, which is really a treat. But the best part actually is that I've never seen this before, but when I look down at the sand, it looks like little flecks of gold. And so when the waves wash in, it looks like somebody panning for gold. I feel like they should rename it Glitter Beach. Finding gold shimmer on the beach at Villa Amor really shouldn't be surprising because the whole place just sparkles. We absolutely loved staying here. Another hotel I recommend also has a wonderful location. In fact, it's so centrally located that it's called Salina Central. This hotel is so close to the beach that I'm looking at you and then I turn and I can see the surfers over there, and waking up in this bed when you can hear the ocean, that to me is paradise. And I like the art in this room, it's very cool, and then all the little tile motifs, but by far the best part has to be the patio, which I'll go show you. This is where I started the morning with my coffee and my magazine, and the best part is you can just look down at the street and then over at the ocean and see the palm trees, and for a Canadian girl, this is a huge treat. My favorite part of our room was the balcony with the view of the ocean and the palm trees. There's just something about starting the day with an inspiring view that I can never get enough of.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I love your pajamas.
I know, they're kind of perfect for this moment, eh?
Yes.
My Mexico pajamas.
In this location.
I mean, I've got a magazine, I've got coffee, I can see the ocean. It's just, it doesn't get better than this.
It's muy bien.
It's muy bien. Being quiet and calm on the balcony in the morning is great and all, but we also spent a lot of time playing in the hammock chair. Mark and I are usually racing to sit in the hammock chair. I get it this time. I made myself seriously dizzy in that hammock. It's just so much fun and it made me want one someday. Oh my god, are you serious? Oh my god, I can't see! I can't see! Our favorite was to sit outside on the balcony that has a great view down into one of the main streets in Sayulita, watching the laid-back pace of life here. We're having our breakfast, orange juice, coffee. Then I got beans, chorizo, and scrambled eggs. Mark went wild and got chorizo in his scrambled eggs.
Being adventurous.
And then some buttered toast, some fresh fruit, and what's in there? Ooh, tortillas, yum. Salina Central has a really homey vibe, and the people there were really warm and friendly. I also think the breakfast is good value, and the fact that they serve it in-house is really convenient. We loved staying here, and I definitely recommend it. Now we go from the most central hotel we stayed at to the one furthest outside of Sayulita. It's called Playa Escondida, which means hidden beach, and it's the perfect place to get away while also being close enough to town that you can take advantage of the amenities there. But honestly, once you've arrived at Playa Escondida, you probably won't feel like leaving anytime soon. Welcome to paradise, you guys. We have been staying in a room called Pasión, of course, mi amor, and I. And the thing that's the most, I mean, there are a lot of incredible things here, but the sense that kind of takes over at first is actually the sound. Because Pasión, this room, is right on the beach. And sometimes the waves are actually so loud that Mark and I are having to like yell a little bit to hear each other, which is amazing. I mean, when do you ever get to stay that close to the ocean? So that has been absolutely incredible. The bed, this is probably the most comfortable bed I've stayed in a really long time. When I lay down on it, the pillow and the bed, I was gliding on like butter on a hot piece of corn on the cob or something. Like, it's really, really relaxing. And there's just nothing like the feeling this morning of waking up to the sound of those waves crashing on the rocks, sitting up and then leaning forward and drawing back that curtain and looking out at the water. That is something I will never, ever forget. The room itself is dominated by the huge, comfy bed, but where we spent all our waking hours is on the large private patio. The view from inside is great, but obviously the real view is when you come outside and see it up close from our personal balcony. We have a huge space here. I actually think the outdoor area is the same or bigger as the indoor area. There's these two gorgeous lounge chairs where Mark and I watched the sunset last night. Unreal sunsets from this view looking west. There's a table where we can sit up and have our morning breakfast or coffee, get some work done maybe. And it's so private. Like, honestly, I haven't seen anyone else from this particular vantage point, so it really feels like this could be my own little beach villa, which I'm very okay with. If you feel like venturing out of your room, the resort has everything you need. This hotel is a little bit removed from the main town of Sayulita. They have a great restaurant here with an amazing view of this private beach. You can hear the waves. And then I love how this pool kind of winds and bends its way around where all of the tables are set out, with a couple of little waterfalls as well. You might recognize Playa Escondida as the setting for the hugely popular Bachelor in Paradise TV series. We are fans of the show and made a whole separate video that focuses on the resort and all of the amenities. We went horseback riding through the jungle and on the beach, and we also stayed in a different room that has a jungle view and came with its own golf cart. So if you'd like to see more of the resort, I'll link that video as well. Something you don't really see on the show, but that they have here at the hotel, behind me is this lifeguard stand, so you can get kayaks, or you can see the lifeguards surfing out on the waves sometimes, which is really cool. And then just beside it is a massage palapa. So you can go and get a massage 60, 90 minutes, and not only do they have like the normal massage tables, but outside they have the chairs. So you can literally have a massage in that chair with your face pointed at the sand, listening to these crazy waves. There's a lot to see here, so definitely check out my other video about this resort if you want to see more. As you can see, this place is completely dreamy. I would definitely recommend staying here. I think the name Playa Escondida, Hidden Beach, just sums it up. Back in town is a hotel called, appropriately, El Pueblito, which means little town. The entrance is colorful and the flags are a nice reminder you're in Sayulita. When we arrived, they served pretty welcome drinks that made us feel at home right away. When we checked into our room, we discovered that it was too spacious to really be called a room. This hotel room isn't really a hotel room, this feels more like an apartment. There's a huge living area with a big table with full windows that face onto the courtyard so you can see the view of the pool. And then in the bedroom, there's a huge bed with a nice pillow top kind of feeling mattress. And I love in the bathroom that there's a huge like rainfall shower head, which is really nice. But I think my favorite part about being here, other than the amazing view of the pool of course, is having a kitchen, because that is a treat that we don't often get. It's nice to have the option. Of course, in Mexico there's amazing places to eat out, but if you did want to like go to the market and just grab some tortillas and try cooking something yourself, it's really nice to have this option here. The size of this place and the fact that it has a kitchen makes it especially great for a longer term stay. I also love that the rooms here are named after a popular Mexican game. The hotel rooms here don't have numbers because numbers are kind of boring when you could use pictures, and so every hotel room here is named after one of the cards from the traditional Loteria game, which is a Mexican game kind of similar to bingo. It's a game of chance, but instead of using numbers, they use pictures. So every card is assigned to a different room, and we're staying in El Musico. There's also lots of places to relax outside the room, including up on the roof. Up on the roof, you get a really good view of the whole hotel in the courtyard. El Pueblito means little town, and you can see up here that they've really made it look like little apartment complexes instead of a hotel, so it gives it a really different kind of feel. And up here they also do yoga under this beautiful palapa, and you can just soak up the sun and get a great view of the pool downstairs. I love that you can see the pool from the rooms, and because it's in a courtyard, it feels nice and private too. The centerpiece of the whole hotel, of course, is the pool behind me. It's in the center of the courtyard. All of the rooms look onto it, so it's a beautiful view. And then when you come outside, it's sparkling and you just want to jump right in. Our morning routine at this hotel included a nice ritual of getting coffee. Every morning, they serve fresh coffee. And the thing is, it's not just any regular coffee. This is coffee with cinnamon and orange peel. I don't think I can ever go back. Oh, the smell. We loved that the room here was big with a pool view, plus the welcome drinks and the daily coffee gave it a nice personal touch. Next up is a hotel so special that I want to include it here even though we didn't actually spend the night there. This is a really special place in Sayulita. This is Petit Hotel Hafa. It's a boutique hotel. They only have 8 rooms, very sought after rooms I might add. And this place is special for me because in 2011, one of my favorite magazines, which unfortunately is no longer a magazine, called Anthology, did a feature on Sayulita, and they showed this hotel and specifically the walkway with the little hearts along it. And it's funny how some images stick in your mind. I saw that picture with the hearts and I just thought, I want to go there. And so I'm having like a real full circle kind of emotional moment because yes, it's about the photo and the place, but it's just about seeing something and deciding that you want to go there and finally making it, even if it took me some years. So, and I can say like walking around here, it's just so, it's this peaceful place in the middle of the town. It's absolutely gorgeous. The vibe here is amazing. The people were so friendly, and I mean, you couldn't go wrong staying here. You just couldn't. Petit Hotel Hafa has a rooftop patio with lounge chairs, a comfy sofa, big pillows, and magazines to flip through. I love the blending of styles here, so of course there's a lot of Mexican influence, but it's based on more of a Moroccan riad, and you can see that everywhere, no more so than here. I mean, they've got these pillows that are made out of fabric of the Mexican beach blankets that you can buy here. I recognize this fabric, and so they made them into pillows, which is really cool in this gorgeous sitting area. And then the star behind me, which you'll see all around Sayulita, and as we've been walking around I thought, oh, that really reminds me of Morocco. I said that to Mark, and so it's really neat to see them blend the styles in one beautiful hotel. When it was time to leave, I took a last look at the little path of hearts that had led me here. Not to be cheesy, but for me it's like follow your heart. You never know what's behind the door. That's what it makes me think of. I hope this video inspires you to follow your heart wherever it's leading you, no matter how long it takes. Please give this video a like if you enjoyed it, and if you want to see more about Sayulita, I'll link the rest of the series below, including a bunch more videos about our time in other parts of Mexico. Remember to subscribe for lots more travel adventures around the world, and we'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching!